If it says at the beginning,
Based on a true story.
I had nonsense parking there, but I had Hello, and welcome back to episode 3 of the Surely Belter podcast. Now, before we get into anything, I've got a question for you.
Right.
Why isn't cereal soup?
Because it's not smooth.
The soup, you got lumps in it?
No, that's broth.
No, if you get a veggie soup, you have lumps of veg in it. It's just a different flavoured soup.
I don't know about that one, like.
It is? How is it not?
I don't know what. But is there not a different name for cold soup?
Over tin.
It's
the same thing, it's just a different flavour.
No, I wish I was more educated. I'm sure cold soup has a real name, but it's not called soup.
Soup over tin? Anyway, cheers mate.
Cheers, episode 3. Good way to start, mate. Some bamboozling. I'm fresh off the boat from The View. Turned me back on Odeon. Obviously had me little experience with Odeon last week. It wasn't the greatest experience, not gonna lie. I'd probably rated the film was good. Film was a high score. Cinema itself was probably -2. So the only way was up for The View. And I've got to admit, The View was nice, mate. The View was
up
nice.
there.
The View was nice. I was looking out, you know. Can't go wrong. Value for money. Obviously, took a little in to see Space Jam first of all. By the way, it shows how much he is my son. Right?
Here we go.
You'll get this when it's your time, right? One of the worst things to happen to you as a parent is you can be in the car or on the bus travelling somewhere and you hear them immortal words of "Dad, I need a wee." There's no more helpless feeling in the world. I'm telling you right now, that is up there. So, sitting, just chatting away to him as we go, he goes, "Oh, Dad, are we there yet?" He says, "Well, no, we've got about 10 minutes before we get there." He says, "I feel like I need a wee." I was like, "Well, you're going to have to hold us." I was like, "Tie it in a knot or something." Didn't care. I was like, "Bro, can it stop? Right? You're going to have to hold it. Pinch it, paper clip, whatever you need to do."
Paper clip.
So he goes silent for maybe about 10-15 seconds. Just looks at us and goes, "Oh, Dad, doesn't matter, it was only gas." I was like, what? I was like, "Have I adopted an American child somehow?" I was like, "What do you mean gas?" I was like, "You've either got wind or you need a fart." I was like, "There's no in between." But I blame YouTube, because that's all he watches. He calls bins trash. You have to take out the trash.
Oh no.
Not the bins. So he's locked up, he's tied up, and he's reading English.
You're just going to play like Chinese torture techniques.
I don't want him learning that as well. You know, it'll come in handy on a Saturday when I'm ordering. But the film's good. Space Jam, not scratched on the original. I can't imagine you've ever seen the original.
Yeah, you would be correct. You've never seen the original.
Because I know that you've seen 5 films in your life.
And they're all Green Street.
It was just Green Street on repeat 5 times. And all the whole time you're just going, "Where did we get that Stone Island? Look, that's Stone Island."
In other news,
speaking of football hooligans, opening weekend of the Premier League.
Nah. I want to rewind the thing first.
All right, okay.
Rewind the thing first. How's the to-do list going? Exactly how I planned.
Do you know what it is, right? Genuinely, before I came over, I reopened my to-do list. I have 7 things.
Oh, so you've got things on there?
Oh no, I've got 7 I mean, I haven't actually input them yet. But I have 7 things to go into my to-do list. Right.
Just on your to-do list to write these to-do lists.
So last week my plan was Well, first step was download the app, which I did. Right, mission accomplished. Second stage was input bullet points into the app. Which, to be fair, I think I actually did because I'm getting notifications telling us that I'm not doing things. So it's doing its job. It's telling us when I'm not doing things, which is what I wanted. Like a second woman in my life. Yeah, I need the first one. But basically, I've got 7 items to go into this list. Yeah, I haven't done any of them. Some of them are like general things, like I need to get back into running stuff. So yeah. I've bookmarked like how far I want to run each week. Haven't been for a run this week, but that's your fault actually, because I would have went on Monday, but you took us to play football instead because you needed Kasper Schmeichel. So
big fucking Willy Caballero,
big Fabian Barthez.
Now speaking of Willy Caballero,
so yeah, the to-do list is more like a to-don't list at the minute.
That's fair play. Honesty's the best policy. We'll revisit it again next week.
Just if I don't see it now, it'll come out eventually, so I might as well. I'll get there, but I've got a really busy week this week now, so
you've got an excuse for next week, is what you're trying to get in there early.
Oh well, next week is actually next week is your birthday week.
It is.
So there'll be no fitness going on then. And also, what we might do is I might get you to open your present live on the podcast, live on the pod, mate. See your reaction, see the tears stream down your eyes.
Oh no.
Sorry, my eyes are a bit squinted. Mine went down the back of my neck.
Anyhow, Premier League.
Yes, opening weekend.
Was a fucking hell of a start, wasn't it? Goals galore.
Was
second most in the history of the Premier League on the
opening
day. Yeah.
Did not know that.
34 in total, I think it was. That's the Sky Sports World Championship it was. But,
and that was just what Arsenal conceded, was it?
Probably, because they were awful.
Yeah,
more to the point, who was playing up front for them? Who the fuck is Balogun? Who the fuck is Balogun? And I've never even seen him on the bench before. And he's leading the line for Arsenal?
No idea. Honestly, no idea. It's just, I mean, obviously they've had, I think Aubameyang was isolating, and
was he?
Apparently.
Is that ready for his move to Barcelona?
Yeah, but apparently he was isolating. Lacazette, I've got no idea what's going on with him. I don't know how.
He's just never got going at Arsenal either, though. He's never had like a.
I mean, I've watched him a few times pre-Arsenal, and I've never thought, oh, he's electric. Do you know what I mean? I
scored goals in France.
It was more like if you put him up front with another really good striker, he'll probably play well. But then Arsenal don't want to play as 2 strikers; they want to play 1, which means Aubameyang or Lacazette goes on the wing. Which
Lacazette is not a winger.
I don't know who's managing Arsenal. It's not Arteta. I think he's getting advice off Steve Bruce. To tell you the truth.
To be fair, not a million miles wrong.
Yeah, we love turning strikers into wingers and wingers into fullbacks.
Well, we went the other way around. We turned Joe Linton into a striker when
he was a left winger at was Hoffenheim.
And then you got the likes of he was getting St Maximin to just pick the ball up from where John Joe Shelby was. So you know, well, let's not get into Newcastle too much because we could be here all day. Yeah. Especially after that performance where you look at the first half and think, fuck it, we're going to win the league.
We looked really good.
And then you look at the second and you go, yeah, there we are, we're back. Yeah, back to reality.
Back down to reality. News on the transfer front. Tammy Abraham to Roma. Hit or miss? Can you see it? Can you see him doing well in Italy? Or...
Do you know what it is? He's the type of player I would love to see do well.
Yeah.
I just cannot see him doing well. I think he's 100% wants to be a footballer. I just don't think he's very good.
No, I know exactly what you mean.
I think he had that good season in Villa in the Champ.
Mm-hmm.
Dwight Gales had a good fucking season in the Champ.
I mean, to be fair, when Chelsea had the transfer ban, he stepped up then, to a degree. But
he quickly got out the side, didn't he?
Yeah, that's true.
But then again, Roma have lost Dzeko, haven't they? Did he went in there?
Did he?
Sure, he's got in there.
There's been lots of transfers this season which I just haven't.
Under the radar.
I've never seen coming.
But I can't say him going there and setting Serie A alight. There's not a fucking chance.
No.
I mean, I hope I'm wrong because he's English. He goes across there and back.
I mean, I would like to see him do well, and obviously there's a few English lads in like the Bundesliga, but obviously Sancho's just came back, but you've still got the what's it called, Dortmund centre mid. Bellingham, that was it. There's a few dusting about.
There's more than I can ever remember playing abroad though.
Oh, definitely
English.
now. Yeah, especially like main stage.
I don't really think about back in the day. It was, I couldn't name you what. Jermaine Pennant playing for Real Zaragoza or something was probably the only one I can think of.
I remember Ravel Morrison went to Lazio, I think it was.
I did. He went for Lazio
Random.
and then just quickly went. He's a Derby now.
Well, he was touted as being one of the most talented players a lot of people have played with at Man U.
The CI,
but it was just the attitude.
Absolute knacker.
Bit like Nile Ranger, just all talent.
Everyone said he was ordinary as well.
Until he started getting tattoos inside his lips and stuff.
I was listening to Under the Kosh podcast.
Yeah.
I was listening to that when they had somebody called Steve Davis on who must have played with him at Blackpool. And he was saying he would pull into like a petrol station where they all the players filled up at this petrol station. He would go to pay and just be like, just hide on the car to the next lad. And he just like, they would pay the bills for him. Because he was that much of just an idiot, didn't care. So later on his career, but like the penny dropped too late.
Aye.
Because he was a good footballer, but by that time he had this shit reputation of being a knacker.
I think it was a similar story. I watched
True Geordie's podcast.
Nile Ranger on True Geordie's podcast. Aye.
Just hoisting the bottle out quickly there. Ball. But Nile Ranger, man, what could have been there when he first came on the scene at Newcastle?
I mean, I never rated him really. He would have been a good championship player.
What could have been though? Because what everyone says is the ability was unbelievable.
When we had players like Leon Best playing for us.
I loved Leon Best, you know. I absolutely loved Leon Best. Out of nowhere. The love affair I had with Leon Best.
Who was that fucking big bastard was signed as well? There was some big lump that was signed in the championship. What was this?
Pancrat?
No, I don't think it was Pancrat.
He was a big hefty right winger.
No, it was a centre forward. Aye.
Marlon Harewood?
No, it wasn't.
Harewood was there for a bit.
I remember. Marlon Hare went.
I remember being on a night out with him when he was at Hartlepool. It was him. Obviously, it was with Darren when Darren was at Hartlepool, and it was like Aaron Tish-Bowler who played for Villa. And we went out, and Marlon Harewood was the biggest wanker I've ever met in my whole entire life.
He does look like a cock. Like.
He was like, who the fuck are these? And Darren was like, that's just my pals, were fucking Tish-Bowler.
To be fair, I've seen you on nights out, and sometimes I think the same.
Tish-Bowler was fucking the nicest bloke I've ever met.
Aye.
He went to play for Villa. I think he's fucking playing somewhere in Scotland now. Like, so his career quickly went. But he got a run of games for Villa. He's the nicest bloke I've ever met. And fucking Marlon Harewood's there, fucking 35 or something, giving it the big like a 19-year-old, saying, who the fuck are you? I'm like, who the fuck are you? You fucking flip out, you that cunt. Frick.
I think players like that, they find that level where they're a big fish in a little pond and they just buzz off it. Yeah, like, I am the main man around here.
Absolute fucking moron.
More transfer saga stuff. Are you as bored as I am of hearing about Kane turning up at training? Because I can't remember it ever being reported this much about any other player.
Don't understand what the fuck is going on.
Well, he came out, didn't he?
He put a statement saying, I'm returning to training when I'm meant to return to training. And then Spurs are saying, are you fucking not?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I find that totally bizarre.
I was watching Sky Sports before and they were saying that it's a breakdown in communication between the commercial side of the club and the playing side of the club. That is the biggest load of shit I've ever heard. Surely he has it in black and white. Yeah. I'll return training on this day.
I'm not being funny, but after the Euros, who's the manager at Spurs now? Nuno would have contacted Kane because he would have wanted to know what he was going to do.
Why?
So he would have said either, right, give yourself a rest, you come back at this date, give yourself a few days extra than the other lads. You've had a tough few months. You've earned it, sort of like relax, put your feet up. He would have definitely had that the personal contact with him. It wouldn't have been a case of like Harry Kane getting an
It's
email
not.
going, "Oh, you should return back to work at this date." He would have been told.
It'll not been a shock when he didn't turn up either. They'll have known when he was due back. I think
Yeah.
Daniel Levy's.
He's a scumbag.
I think he's been very clever with what he's doing. I think what he's trying to do is turn the Spurs fans against Harry Kane.
Let
So
them
when-
kick him out so then he can just pop
Yeah,
the
so
cash.
when
from him.
he gets the money in, he goes, "Well, Kane wanted to go. You just
Aye.
didn't like him.
Yeah.
You know, he forced the move. It wasn't me.
Aye.
God,
No,
don't blame me.
That's probably quite. It's probably quite smart, actually. To be fair.
Because why? Otherwise, why would he? Why would you be leaking these stories saying Kane hasn't turned back training? He's forced to move. And then you got like fucking Mika Richards piping up saying, "Well, Pogba did it. There was hell on." Like, fuck off.
Like, to a point, I understand why things like this get said, but there's an obvious reason about why that was said,
Mhm.
and it wasn't a.
When Pogba was doing it, his agent was gobbing off.
Oh, Pogba's agent's a
Aye.
fucking.
Riola was
tit.
giving it the absolute big one.
But he's also is it Haaland's agent, isn't
Haaland's
it?
agent,
He's
isn't
also Haaland's agent, which is why they said that would be one of the reasons why he never goes to Man U because of the disrespect Pogba gets.
But Pogba's meant to be down at Madrid next year.
I have seen that as well, and obviously I've seen it was linked that Ronaldo was supposed to make a return, but he's since said,
He's linked with City now, isn't he?
yeah, well he's since said my story at Real's been written, like that will stay that way. I'll not go back. But the one leaving Madrid, Martin Odegaard. He was one of those like. He was touted to be the next big thing when he was very, very young, but he probably will come good eventually. But because he's been in the social, because he's been on the radar for so long, I think it's easy to look at him and go, "Oh well, he's been around for about 6 years and he's done now yet." Yeah, right, yeah, but he's probably like what 22, if that. Because he was getting.
He'll not be old.
When did he get bought? When he was 16 or something?
16, aye. I just don't. When he was on loan last season, it wasn't like you went, "Fuck it."
He's a baller.
Like Arsenal need to sign him. Like
Aye.
when Willock came to Newcastle need to sign him. When he came, it was like.
But if Odegaard came to Newcastle, he might have looked like that. But I think he's been around a little bit, hasn't he?
He was at Sociedad, he had a really good season. Everyone went back and thought, "Oh, he's straight in the Real Madrid team." Then he went on loan to Arsenal. Arsenal, he looked decent. Not unreal, but decent.
I think it's easy to look at Arsenal and only think of the history. So you look at Arsenal and going, "Oh, they should be world beaters," but they're just not anymore. Like the Maddison move. This is one that's confused me because they've linked Maddison leaving Leicester to go to Arsenal, and which is why who's it Arsenal going to sign it? No, Leicester wanted somebody in replacement. I can't remember who. Leicester's basically been trying to sign the centre mid to replace Maddison so he can go to Arsenal. But why would you? That's not even a sideward step for me. I think that's a downward step.
Aye. Leicester on it took like that trajectory.
Yeah. Well, they're better off financially. They've got a tight squad, which is so important, especially in a league like the Premier League.
Good manager.
Yeah, well, good manager, aye.
Because Brendan Rodgers knows how to get.
Well, he knows how to get results.
And he must be a good manager. I don't
I
him.
don't like him.
I
think he's really good at a team like Leicester, who he can maybe like push on for things.
Develop.
Aye, but at a big club like Liverpool, never rated him.
But he done well. He basically set the foundations for Klopp to take all applauded.
Maybe he's aye.
He did. He got the style of play going. He had basically. If it wasn't for my fucking hero Stevie G, he would have won the league.
Aye.
And then he would probably still be at Liverpool now because of the years of success after it.
R.I.P. Stevie G's legs.
Anyway, referees. The obvious change in the refereeing style this season.
Yeah.
How much better has it been?
Much better. Do you think that's brought on because of the Euros?
100%. I think Mike Riley's even came up and said that it opened his eyes to. Hold on, why aren't they checking VAR every 2 seconds? Because I watched a little piece with Carragher, with Mike Riley and Mike Oliver and the Baldy fella. Anthony Taylor.
I was gonna say Martin Baker, but yeah.
And they were, Carragher had a bit of peace with them, and they went about like, that's contact. Is that enough to push you over though? Like what
Depends if I'm in centre back mode or centre forward mode.
So what they were saying is the sight of with VAR was
everything looks worse in slow motion.
That's not going to push you over. It's a contact sport, football. That's not going to push you over.
Aye.
That is a penalty.
Yeah.
That isn't. But they were given.
Right. I'm just pleased we got all this abuse on camera.
And Mike Riley was saying that the new offside. I don't know how they've changed the offside law. I don't know what they've done with the VAR.
I don't know.
But he was saying it was 20 plus goals that were scored last season. If it was the rules this year, would have stood. Now, if I'm one of them teams that got relegated last year...
That just shows how flawed it is.
If I was one of them teams that got relegated... It's who got sent down because...
Was it not Sheffield?
Somebody got sent down because of that Villa goal, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That didn't turn the
Yeah, it was Sheffield, wasn't it?
I can't remember who got sent down. Villa didn't turn the goal.
Sure Sheffield United.
Surely they can claim for fucking God knows how much for that. Surely!
Yeah. Well, they did it for the Carlos Tevez goal, didn't they?
Tevez, when he was fucking illegal or something.
Them down, They claim millions off them. Mascherano,
I we say his name. Well, I think that do you know what it was? It was a much more enjoyable experience watching it.
I mean, to be fair, obviously I was in the centre of it in terms of like, I was at like the sports hub while it all happened. But I didn't really get a chance to watch much of it.
It was much better.
I got to see most of the Arsenal game on Friday night. They are, like Troy Deeney said, spineless.
The only thing I would say is, I thought Brentford might surprise a few this season.
Brentford looked really good.
They might surprise a few this season.
A lot of teams will look at the name rather than the players.
Yeah.
And they'll just go, we're just playing Brentford.
Just
beat these.
Little Brentford.
Yeah, I'm not being funny, but any game in the Premier League which involves Brentford against any team in that league sounds like an FA Cup match. Doesn't sound like they should be in the Premier League. You don't like go, oh, Brentford's a Premier League club.
Nah.
Just doesn't sit right.
But even like the players, like none of them are like, you don't look at Tony's probably their best known player. You don't look at it and think, fucking they've got such and such. They've got Tony, who done well League One and Championship.
I mean, he's done really well, but still, is he going to carry the?
I think they'll surprise a few. I still think they might go down. Like, I think once the novelty wears off.
Yeah, well, I mean, they've played one game. I mean, fair enough, they've beaten Arsenal, but they've beaten a very toothless Arsenal.
I think Arsenal really will struggle this year.
How funny would it be to see Arsenal go down? That would I mean, it would absolutely cripple them.
Do you know what it is? I don't even think that's not a reality.
I could see them finishing bottom 10.
Tell me who was missing from their team, apart from Lacazette and Aubameyang.
Couldn't.
Exactly. How worrying is that if you're an Arsenal fan?
Aaron Ramsdale.
But they've got Leno. Why are they trying to sign a goalkeeper? Is Leno on his way out?
Well, they don't like Leno. I don't know what's happened to him because he was a really good goalkeeper. And he was one of the keepers who should have been pushing like Neuer into Stegen out of the Germany team. But whatever they've done to him at Arsenal,
it's just the Arsenal culture, probably.
Yeah, I don't know if they've been making them like treating with cabbages instead of footballs or something. I don't understand, but they've done something, and it hasn't worked out.
To be fair, I don't think I've ever seen Leno have a good game. When I say a good game, I don't mean good game. I mean like
a game winning.
A game, where you go, fucking hell.
If it wasn't for him, would have been getting fisted.
I can't think of a game where you look at it and go, fuck, remember fucking that double save? Leno's just, you know what you're going to get. Bit like Lloris, but Lloris will pull off that special moment.
I think Lloris has had a similar decline as De Gea.
Well, he came out for, against City, I think it was a free kick whipped in, and he was getting nowhere near from the minute it left Mendy's foot.
I just don't. Sometimes I think you can look at like you can look at somebody's face and you can see in their eyes, you're going, I trust you. I would not get that from Larice.
Nah.
I would never look at him and go. I'd probably look at him and think, are you a science teacher or something? 'Cause that's what he looks like to me. I can imagine him, because he looks like an intellectual bloke. He doesn't look like he's gonna come out and clatter for people, but obviously he's French, so it probably makes sense.
Well, Newcastle got Villa this weekend.
I'm scared.
I think we're gonna get absolutely mauled, because I think they went to Watford thinking they were gonna get 3 points, and the backlash is gonna be brutal.
Always happens to us. It's normally Man City, because we normally play Man City a week after they get smashed off somebody.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Villa is going to be the same outcome, because they have now, as much as I don't like them, they've got the team to do
and
it.
they're trying to kick on, aren't they?
Yeah, they're trying. They're a club who are trying to progress, and they know in order to do that, you need to get results on the pitch, and that result against Watford obviously isn't good enough.
Thing is, they were 3-0 down, weren't they?
Maybe 3-1.
3-1. Nah, I
Before
still see us
England
getting absolute. In our who's knows wins, I've still backed us. I've gone with a 2.
I don't think I did. Sorry.
But we've launched a who knows wins anyway.
I'll let you explain this, because
all the details will be below in the description. However, it's quite simple. It's a 5 entry. There's however many fixtures we pick. So I think there's 2 from each league in this one.
Yeah.
2 from the Prem, 2 from the Champ, 2 League 1, 2 League 2. I don't know if the conference is in there, or the National League, sorry. You pick your results, and no matter what, there's a winner. So whoever's entered, first place gets X amount, second place gets next to out, third place gets literally out.
I think first place basically gets 2.5 times your stake.
Is that what it is?
Well, I mean, at the minute. At the minute it is.
Like I say, there's always a winner though, so it's not, you don't have to get them all right, you just got to get the most right out of everyone who enters. It's a bit of a daft laugh. I think there's 4 or 5 of us in there at the minute. We'll try and get as many people as possible to get the prize pool on the way up.
I think this is something that once it catches on, I think it could be really good. But I think because people have the normal standout, like your Super Sixes and stuff like that, like
It's basically a Super 6, but
it's basically a Super Six, but every week, and it's not scores, it's results.
yeah,
And there has to be a
and
winner.
there has to be a winner, right? Like, so you can get your money back.
You know, 4 or 5 a week, it's 2 coffees.
Don't put it like that. I fancy 2 coffees.
That's why I ordered my online game.
No, but if you would like to enter, please do, because like I say, there's like a little league table as well, so you can see who's the best. Obviously, I would imagine I'm going to be quite near the top of that, because I always win no money on Sky Bet. So
Yeah. I mean, I showed you mine the other day, didn't I? That
all them greens, I mean reds.
me 5-fold, which there still wasn't a green amongst them.
Was there no finish?
No.
All them red things.
Yeah.
Brutal. Anyway,
Right now, we could do a little giveaway for the winner at the end.
we'll sort something out, like.
Oh, definitely.
Depends how many people are in there. You got to get entered to get in the prize.
I
Mystery prize.
think if we end up with more than 10 people in who are consistently doing it, because obviously it's not like we get anything out of it, we're just part of it.
Yeah. Oh, well, I'll keep winning, so I will actually get something out of it. So.
You just keep providing bottles, mate.
Anyway.
Speaking of transfers, a man who has transferred from one side of the river to the other, pretty much. A rival. You basically just went from Man City to Man United. You are Carlos Tevez of the job world. How does it feel?
Even worse, because I started there, left, and then went back.
You started there, went, use a shite, left them, then it came out, well, you know what it is?
It's not that bad.
It was character building. I was just trying to get used to raise your game.
Nah, I'm
How do you feel about going back?
I'm buzzing. Obviously, it's slightly different depots. Obviously, down Leeds, so bit of travelling to do.
Can you drive?
I'm sure it'll all be worth it.
Well,
I say back to my roots, back to what I know.
and you got to think as well. Them short days that you have, now them days where you've already worked your hours, I'll just come with you.
Well,
You can drop me off in Leeds Centre. You can go to work for 2 hours, and then we're gonna.
well,
Just don't tell
the
Caitlin.
beauty of working in Leeds, and the beauty of my team Gateshead playing in the National League North, means when there's a midweek away game, I'm only an hour away from no matter where they're playing.
That is true.
So I finish work, I'm heading straight to Guiseley. I'm heading straight to Chorley.
Yeah. Chorley FM, where the listeners come first.
Oh, we're going to have to talk about Max and Paddy at some point. We're going to have to talk about Max and Paddy.
Do you follow on Instagram the No Context Max and Paddy page?
I didn't know it was a thing. I need to do it now.
Mate, me and Josh Holland send each other the stuff that they post all day, every day, and it never gets old.
Nah,
It is amazing.
it's
There's
the best
one,
thing
there's
ever.
one page you check out on Instagram. It is the No Context Max and Paddy page, because it is just brilliant. It's got like
I've just got scenes going around in
honestly,
my head now.
I'm not gonna spoil them all for you, but there's a one relating to Daniel Levy with he's like, oh, Daniel Levy when Harry Kane returns from training and that, and he's on the phone, and they pretend he's on the phone to Pep Guardiola, and they do. You need to watch it. Honestly, it is brilliant. I haven't explained that very well, but
I'm sure I'll delve into it.
yeah.
Especially
So how many jobs do you think you've had?
fucking trying to out this year, like, God. I've had
Bit of a nomad.
paper round.
I never had a paper round.
Never had a paper round.
Nah,
You didn't miss much, in all fairness,
that was a match. It wasn't.
mate.
Continue.
I started City Link.
I remember that. Yeah, that was
City
in
Link.
Gateshead, wasn't it?
No, Durham.
Was it? I always thought that was Gateshead.
That was in Durham. Then I went to the Co-op.
The warehouse, not the
Yeah, not the
shop.
shop. I worked in transport at the Co-op. Then I went to Simpson Brothers for a short period of time. Then I went to where I'm going now. And then I'm where I am now. So this will be my 6th job. At 25.
Forgot how young you were.
Well, 26 in a few days. 5 days. Well, once this comes out, 3 days.
Next Tuesday.
Monday.
No, it's not.
I'm pretty sure my birthday's on a Monday, mate.
It's not.
No, it is. And I've got enough work. So I hope it's Monday.
Don't
I mean,
think
you
it
can
is.
look at this like that all you like. The 23rd is Monday.
Don't think it is.
No, it is.
Oh yeah, no, sorry, yeah, it is. No.
I know
No,
it is.
but do you know what I was? Do you know why? Do you know why? I'm not a bad friend. I'm gonna prove why I'm a good friend. I thought it was the Tuesday because I got an early finish on the Monday and took the Tuesday off, just in case we went out on the Monday and I had to recover on the Tuesday. So I just assumed that I took the Tuesday off for your birthday, but it wasn't. It was I had an early finish on the Monday. Good save.
That's 6. I think that's 6 jobs. Unless there's any I'm forgetting about. I don't think there is.
I think what I've because I never had a paper round growing up. Like official jobs. I think my first job was in Peacocks.
I love peacocks, mate.
Mate, the easiest job I've ever got in my life. Like legit. Walked in. This is gonna sound like I'm flexing a bit, right? But I'm genuinely not. This is a true to God story. Right? This is a true to God story, right? Walked in, went to the till. I was like, oh, I just want to hand my CV in. Is that all right? And I was talking to a lass. So she basically just looked at us and went, yeah, okay. She went, if you just wait there, I'm going to go and get my manager. So she took the CV off us, went and got a manager. Must have said, oh, just give an interview. Literally came back straight away. Yeah, come for an interview in a couple of days.
Just got a question.
Give us a job straight away.
Got a question.
I didn't shag her.
Oh, fuck!
Not the cashier anyway.
Just ruined the story. You could have just said yes for dramatic effect.
Oh, see, the funny thing is, I do actually have a funny story, but because I don't know who's going to see this,
No, you're going to have to tell us anyway.
I might have to tell you this off air because
It's safe zone.
so, no,
It's a safe
no,
zone.
not just as weird. So, well, I don't know, fuck it. Right, so, I've already said where I worked. Shit.
You haven't?
So,
The squirming's real.
I might have got with the manager and a daughter.
What? Peacocks? At the same time?
Don't say the name again. No, not at the same time.
At Peacock's Metro Centre at the same time.
Just a kiss though.
That doesn't count.
A few nudes.
That doesn't count.
No, it doesn't exactly. Doesn't count.
If it wasn't fucking
There-
Sergeant
there
Johnson.
is. There's a full story, but I actually can't say it. All I'm gonna say is, I woke up there, and we went for a family breakfast.
Is that an innuendo?
I wish.
For fuck's sake. So where you got
Yeah,
Peacocks?
so I had Peacocks. I left Peacocks to go to university. Didn't work while I was there because I don't think you're allowed to work when you're drunk. Left uni, came back, and I think I had about like a year and a half stint where I was just like sort of dossing about. But I got a night job in Team Valley at Smith's, who they deliver all the newspapers to like the news agents and stuff.
Yes. I do know that.
So I had to pack the newspapers, and it sounds like it's just like, oh, you just, mate, it is fucking intense. There's work lines, right? Everyone's got like X amount of papers, and they basically just hoy the box down. It's like what I imagine, like Nissan lines like, in the sense of like, it's you just put your part on, that goes. Next one comes, you put your part on, that goes.
Aye.
It was like that, but it was always different numbers. You had to basically be able to look at a stack of papers, like just by looking, go, right, that's 7, and just grab it and put it on. This was at like 3 o'clock in the morning, right? So a lot of times this didn't work, right? There was also a few times where I didn't really fancy working, so I was like, oh, I'm just gonna go to the toilet. I just go for a sleep upstairs.
Sure, man.
I would literally just go and sleep. But they never had like, they had toilets and stuff, but obviously I didn't want to go and sleep in a toilet. But with it being like an actual like building, I'd go into like the restricted bit where the offices were. I would just lie on the floor for a bit. Sometimes me lift would come to pick us up, and I would just turn all the lights off in the house, just pretend I wasn't there.
Sure, man.
I would literally, bear in mind this is when I'm what, 2021. The pay was shite, and I mean like shite, because I was like essentially like an agency lad. People who worked there got paid more than me.
Yeah.
So I worked for a bloke who worked for them, so he was getting paid the full wage for me. So it was like £8 an hour, but I was getting £5 an hour.
Fuck it now.
So I was getting £5 an hour to work night shift, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Which is why, obviously, this was at a time when we used to go out on a Sunday as well. So I would never turn up for Sundays, ever. But then sometimes my lift would turn up, he would toot once at like 11:30 at night, and I would just be like, lay down on the floor like full camo gear, just like bush on me,
Just not moving.
Literally. And then I would just go back on the Xbox. I'd still stay up until like 4 o'clock in the morning, but just not working. It was fucking horrendous.
And then did you go where you're at now? After
And
that?
then no, actually, I went. I was a door knocker for a bit.
Hmm?
Nah, like for the charity cases.
Were you?
I was a door knocker for a bit.
How was
You-
that?
One of the worst experiences of my
I
life.
would imagine as well. I can't
But-
imagine that being good.
You don't know how much confidence and bottle it takes. Just this is why I think this is why usually when you deal with them at the door, they're so arrogant because they have to be in order not to cry. Because if you're not that type of like, I will stand here until you give me £5 a month. Yeah. If they're not that person, you just won't last. But I mean, there was a few good things came out of it. That job, I just never went back one day. Didn't even tell them I quit. I just didn't. I just stopped going in.
I wouldn't fancy that. Like
it was horrendous.
I mean,
if you can make a living out of it, the money is mint.
Is that commission based though?
Yeah, mine was purely commission based.
Oh, so it wasn't like a flat rate?
No. So if I didn't make any sales during the day, I was literally working 12 hours for fuck all. But the way they sell it to you is they're going, oh, you can work your own hours. It wasn't. But they'd be like, oh, but you can turn up at 11 o'clock in the morning if you want. I'm like, oh, sweet. Turn up at 11. Aye, but you don't finish until 9 o'clock at night. And these are the little things that they leave out. Basically, all they tell you is like the good things that can come out of it. Yeah. And not actually what you've got to put into it. But I mean, I met some really good people, to be fair. Some to this day I still speak to, who still do the same job, but in like London and stuff. Like I still speak to a few of them. But mate, there was this one, right? I was working in, I think, Bishop Auckland, but it was like a really nice estate.
I say in Donut and Bishop Auckland, did you have your Stab Bruce vest on?
Mate, we did the arse end of Newcastle and all sorts, man. They took us on a day trip to, not a day trip.
A day trip? What is this fucking special school?
Not a day trip. I think we went and worked in Hull for like 3 days. I worked up in Scotland for a couple of days. Like, they would take you in, they would pay for the digs. But obviously you're
just getting a wage.
You're expected to like make like a certain amount of money. And some people were mint at it, but usually the ones who were mint at it, it would come out that they were just basically con men, and that they weren't really doing it legit. They were finding other ways to get around it. But I worked a shift in Bishop Auckland. I remember this fucking absolute stunner answered the door, but she was like early 40s. Like maybe late 40s, like just proper MILF, right? She answered the door, and I was stood talking to her for a couple of seconds, and she had this little dog. This little dog ran out, because obviously I was stood at the door, ran out to see who was at the door, and she was in like this like low cut, like 90, right? And obviously I was only like 20 or something. I was still a bairn. And she jumped forward to grab the door, and her tits fell out of her top. And honestly, God, I've never been so embarrassed and turned on in my life. It was amazing. It was amazing, honestly. I was just like, is that really good? And then I left, I told people, like, shut up, man. I was like, no, honestly, did. I've just seen tits.
Nah, that's not a job I could do. That like
horrible, mate.
How long did you do that for?
2 months.
2 months, too much
horrible.
For me. That.
But the only reason it lasted that long is because when you first start, they normally stick you with like somebody really experienced. So they basically were just like giving me sales. So they would do the door pitch with us, and then they just gone, all right, we'll just put this one down as you. And then they were just like basically like make my wage for us. I used to just take houses off, and I would just go and sit about and that. It was fucking horrendous.
Nah. Where did you go after there?
I think I went from there to where I am now, and that only came because I had I posted on Facebook saying, "Oh, I've got a job interview tomorrow. Like, can't wait." This was literally 7 years ago. I've been there 7 years. Posted saying, "Oh, I've got a job interview tomorrow," and Rico messages saying, "Oh well, if you're still looking for work, come and put your CV in my place." So I walked down the same night, had my CV in, and then the area manager interviewed us. Just basically sat.
Rest is history.
Sat and flirted, talked about house music with her.
I'm not going to ask the question. We're drinking if you're guilty. We'll leave that one as an inside joke.
That one is it.
Speaking of inside jokes, how shit are inside jokes?
Oh, the worst. Do you know what I hear about them? People make them when you're there. So if you're like the third man in a three, and they're like, hi, it's a Garibaldi, isn't it? And you're like, I don't get it.
It's just a
inside joke. Inside joke.
What the fuck are you talking about us for? Shite, I hate them, mate.
I hate them as well. No one else I hate, mate. Unpopular opinion, right? Just gonna put this out there. If you're one of these people, you can go fuck yourself. Strawberries are overrated. Just putting it out there.
No.
They're too sweet, and then people eat them with sugar.
No.
I don't get it.
No.
And I understand that you see it in films where people are like dead sexy and that, and like eating them with chocolate and that. They're just shit, man.
The actual fruit, strawberries, are so overrated. However,
Massively.
the flavour strawberries.
Oh yeah, no, don't get
is
it.
banging.
The flavour strawberries.
But strawberries I don't understand. Strawberries and cream and all that shit, like
No,
suck
I don't get it. Well, honest, I know you're probably gonna give us a funny look here. Hot cake with ice cream. Overrated.
Hot cake with ice cream, I'm not having like.
Fudge cake and ice cream. I don't get it. Honestly,
Hot cake
don't
with
get it.
custard,
Yes.
but cold custard, not warm custard.
Yeah, I mean,
The cake's got to be hot,
I can do
custard's
both.
got to be cold.
Yeah, I can do both. But
But ice cream, I don't
yeah,
understand.
but cold custard isn't like you if you just scran ice cream, you're going, oh, that's cold. That if you just scran
You
cold,
do what?
if you just scran cold custards,
Ooh, it's cool, lad.
if you just scran cold custard, you just going, oh, that's just cold custard. It doesn't make you uncomfortable, but I don't understand this hot and cold like medley that they've got.
Ice cream just doesn't go with it though.
No, it doesn't. Mate, ice cream's overrated. If it's not sorbet, I'm not listening to you. Ice pops, no.
Ice cream is not overrated.
No, it is, man. It is.
There's no better than a naughty Magnum on an ice
Aye,
cream.
but I'm not talking about ice cream lollies. I'm talking about like. I'm not talking about them ones. I'm talking about like spoon.
Some of Ben and Jerry's is alright, but other than that, I couldn't.
I mean, to be fair,
But it's got to have
If
a
I'm-
thick
if I-
caramel core.
no, that one, fair.
The rest of them,
but that's
fuck off,
fancy,
That's fancy.
huh? If I'm hungover, if I'm really craving something sweet, I can eat ice cream, like Ben and Jerry's. Or it's on offer because it's like £14 a tub. But if it's just normal ice cream, I'm not into it. Like, no one else is overrated. And I feel really bad saying this because I love animals. I've been around my whole life. I love animals. Small dogs, i.e. pugs and purse pooches.
Chihuahuas.
Oh,
Thing is, they're the most gobby, horrible little dogs you'll ever come across.
aye, rats.
Fuck off.
Rats.
Just
still
because
like
it
them.
looks good for the gram.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Insta.
And
Right.
Instagram.
Right, so.
Anyway, overrated. Here's another one. One of my overrated things. Nando's.
See, I can understand why you might think that, but I disagree.
Overrated. 2 reasons.
Go on then.
It's no flash. And for the price of it,
I mean, it's not that expensive. If you buy right.
butterfly chicken's like £8. It's literally fucking
Oh.
that big.
Nah. If you get butterfly chicken, you're in ons.
What do you get?
I get.
Half a chicken on the fucking bone, like a fucking caved animal.
I used to actually.
I knew.
I used to like. I was like when it comes to the flag in this. Double chicken wrap.
You can't get.
Double chicken wrap.
You can't get a wrap at Nando's.
Spicy rice, peri peri chips. Tip the rice out, use the bowl, and you've seen the magic happen. Make your own sauce. Have we been Nando's together?
No, because I think it's overrated.
I thought we had.
I have been to Nando's
Apparently,
on one hand, probably.
I heard it from a reliable source who I've been speaking to. Apparently, they do a really good cheesecake. Now, cheesecake is one of the desserts. It's one of the few desserts
Top tier.
that I will absolutely vouch for.
We had one after the podcast one night. The first podcast.
Oh yes, actually,
The
I
first
did.
podcast, we had a nice little cheesecake. A nice little cheesecake to celebrate.
I'm not a big sweet person. I think that's maybe why I don't like ice cream. But I would have crisps and pasties over like chocolate and
To be
cake
fair,
and stuff.
pasties are underrated.
Yeah, 100%. Pasties hit differently. This one, I'm a little bit torn about because this is one that I've always thought, right? I've always thought it. Sunday's dinners are just overrated. But then I had a banging one recently, and I was like, am I just not getting the right Sunday's dinners?
I cannot back that statement. Especially
That's why it's unpopular.
Especially if you're hungover.
Oh.
The stodge of a Yorkshire pudding doused in gravy with a bit of beef and mashed tatty on there.
Preach it, Gordon.
Oh yeah, Daddy.
Preach it, Gordon.
Little bit of spice.
Nah, I just but
the way people bang on about them,
aye.
I can
But
get
that's why I think that
the
overrated.
whole for the gram shit. And you're looking at it, and there's fucking a little bit of fucking turnip, a bit of fucking mash, and a big yolk.
But I did have an unbelievable one from the Toby Sunday gone.
Is he Toby?
But the Toby is so hit and miss. So hit and miss.
Hit or miss. Even the breakfast.
The breakfast. Sometimes you go and you're going, oh, that was unreal. Other times you go, I'm going,
What the fuck
am I
is
leaving
this?
with all my teeth here? No.
Aye. Here's another one. Unpopular opinion. The likes of Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, shite.
Totally disagree.
Absolute.
Yeah, but
shite.
you don't like films, so you can't.
I don't mind watching films that aren't made off a load of fucking waffle.
No, see, I quite like that, like fantasy shite.
It's not real.
No films are. Otherwise, we call documentaries.
No. You go downstairs now and ask our lass what films I watch. Only films I'm allowed to watch
Fast and Furious.
in my head. In my head, if it says at the beginning,
Based on a true story.
Otherwise, you can sling your fucking hook. I didn't want that. And that's honestly gospel. If it's not some sort of reality to it,
Do you know what the worst true story I've ever watched in terms of films? It's called Open Water. Have you ever seen Open Water?
No. But if it's a true story, I'll watch it.
Mate, it's a true story, right? I'll talk you through it, right? The plot is this couple, they're married, they're really
I'm
unhappy.
getting sweaty here just thinking about open water.
They're really unhappy, right? So they go, I know what we'll do. We'll decide to take a trip and we'll make everything better, right? Because obviously a holiday solves all your problems. So they go on this holiday, right? They go snorkeling, right? The bloke Manny Pacquiao guns didn't wander off underwater, so they basically swim off, do their own thing, right? They come back up, boat's gone. Gone. They're in the middle of the ocean on their own, right? The whole film, right? Basically, what I've just told you is about 10 minutes into the film. The whole film is them in the water, right? They've got sharks around them, all sorts. Basically, the fella, you're not going to watch it, so I can tell you. I know you're not going to watch it, so I can tell you. The fella gets bit by a shark on the back of the calf, right? It's only a small bite, but it's enough to let him bleed out. So basically, she falls asleep with him while he's like kind of white and that. She falls asleep because they've got life jackets on. She wakes up, he's gone, totally gone. She's totally on her own. By this point, they've realised, oh shit, there's two people who should have been on our boat. Maybe we should go look for them. So they send out the Coast Guard or whatever. Coast Guard guns looking for them. And I think they're out at sea for maybe a day and a half. I think it's only about a day and a half. I might be wrong, but I think it is. just before the lifeboats can get to them, she literally just goes, I've had enough of this. Breathes out,
Goes down.
sings. That's the end of the film. I was furious.
I watched a film like that. What did we watch?
But it shows the camera angle from above, and there's like 50 sharks just circling, and she just goes, just deflates.
Me and her watched a film very
Like that.
similar to that, where the whole film is based on nothing. It was called Mine.
I don't think I've seen that. Thought I had.
Don't watch it, mate. Don't watch it, because what happens is
I'm not, mate, it's yours.
it's in the army. You daft cunt. They're in the army, or wherever they're in the army, I think. From what I remember. This is how good the film was. And he steps on like an IED.
I have seen
It's
it.
a pressure plate.
I have seen it.
And all he's got is his foot on it, and he leaves it on there for fucking
Yes.
God knows how long. And nothing fucking basically happens apart from he gets attacked by a dog.
I have seen it.
Oh my God, it was the most painful
It was amazing.
watch I've ever seen in my life. I thought something's got to happen here. Something. Does he not just step off and nothing happens at the end? Have I just made that up?
I think that I'm sure he digs a hole to the right hand side. He jumps in the hole.
That's it, That's what happens, Fuck's sake, I've just wasted an hour and a half. That's probably put me off films. Something big, something happening here.
To be fair, I do like watching the film, and then at the end it goes based on a true story, unless it's a horror, in which case
I wouldn't watch it anyway.
then I have to watch it.
Now you've got us
Disney
looking
film.
at the dark corners of the room. Well done. What else, Hoyer? More unpopular opinions. What else you got? Throw it my way.
Especially when you I'm gonna-
Just got to give it a little
especially when you're hungover. If you've never done this, you need to try it. Right, sitting in the shower is better than standing.
No, I disagree with that on purely the one basis. When the one time I done it was
Especially hotel rooms. For some reason, if you're in a hotel room, if you just sit in the shower, especially if it's a bath, if you can just sit there with a drink on the side and just be a big flump.
was it Derby we went?
Yeah.
When you ended up with a fucking disabled shower
Yes.
and got to sit an actual seat in your shower.
Yeah. Mate, in my element. Don't get us wrong, I wouldn't sit on the floor of like a standing shower because I'm not weird. But if you're in a bath, or if you have a seat, if you have a disabled seat to sit on in the shower, yeah, they're living different. I mean, obviously there's different drawbacks to being disabled, but
I've done
you
it
gotta sit in the
once.
shower.
I've done it once, and I was hungover. I'd been and played football, and I went for a shower. I sat down in the shower, and it was 3 hours later. I was still there.
I mean, well, that's how good it is.
It's not good though, because I was just for that 3 hours in my head. I was like, I need to stand up. I need to get
But
up.
you also don't want to because it's so good.
I mean, yeah. But I was arguing with myself for 3 hours. Well, it wasn't 3 hours. It was probably half an hour. Let's be honest. But it felt
Probably
like
10
3
minutes.
It felt like 3 minutes. 3 hours.
Where the Bellevue play, is it Heaton?
Heaton. The Bellevue playing Heaton.
No, they play at a leisure centre. What's the because they don't play where the bar is. Where's the play?
Fuck you.
Hewitt.
Hewitt. I know.
Hewitt Leisure Centre. They've got a seat in their shower. The last time we played there, for some reason, people got changed in there. I just went in and sat down and whacked the shower on. That's just. All your stuff's getting wet now.
Why did you say in that accent?
Because we're a diverse team.
Yeah, mate. You got a few Aussies playing with you.
Yeah, mate.
Here's a question for you. Right? Just this is quick fire. This.
Right. Okay.
There's no thinking about it, because in your head you should know the answer, or subconsciously you know the answer.
Right.
Right? What's the fittest girl's name?
Gemma.
Gemma.
I don't know where that came from. I hope I don't know any Gemmas. I can't. It's alright. You can see it. I can't see it. Laura.
Nah, I've got my name, but I'm gonna have to keep that card close to my chest.
This is a safe place, mate. This is a safe
I've
place.
got, there's one name that way most of them girls are rather attractive.
How many do you know called OnlyFans?
Too many.
You gotta tell us the name now.
It rhymes
Right.
with Foley. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't rhyme with Foley.
Foley.
It doesn't rhyme with Foley at all.
Mick Foley.
It rhymes with Moley. No, it doesn't.
Holy.
It
You
doesn't
on
rhyme.
about our Lord and Savior Jesus
No, because
Christ?
the only person I can think about now is the person who's on Love Island. I hate her, so
No, Molly.
no. Oh, Molly, that's a fit name.
Yeah, Molly.
Molly's
She
a fit
was the
name.
best one.
I was thinking Chloe. But then that...
Yeah, that's not Molly.
Well, I was thinking Chloe.
Why you say you could have said
Chloe.
anything? Floy, Dewey, Sui.
Well, this is why I failed fucking math English. Say.
You definitely feel English if you're writing down numbers.
I don't even know what to say.
What name would you, before you seen which girl was attached to it, if I said to you, you're single, right? If I just went, look there, this lass is a worldie, but this is her name, what name would put you off? Because I feel like there's certain names which come like, if you came to me and went, you gotta come meet this lass Brenda, I'd go, no, you are. I'll go to Greg's tomorrow.
There's a few though, isn't it? It's like more the old fashioned ones.
Yeah, well, it is like mostly.
I mean, the one that like that was just Mary.
Yeah, I used to call that. I used to use that term as a vagina when I was younger.
Exactly, so you can't have a Mary, can you? So.
No, go.
Mary,
Hi.
fancy a fuck.
I'm Martin, and this is my Mary. Right, so I'm not sure if you've noticed me. Got myself a little cutthroat razor,
Little Turkish thing.
little Turkish thing, you know. Mate, I'm telling you now, right? Do you know how, like, you look at blokes who like holding like guns and axes and that, you think, fucking hell, like you're dead. But like, no,
Manly
like,
man.
when you hold one yourself, you go like, look at this, my 25-inch dick. That's how I feel, but holding me razor and
And you
it's
flick it out and you're at the
Yeah.
old. Ooh, look at that ball patch there. Look how bad that looks. Ooh. Don't like that. That's just the way the light's shining.
Alright, Jack. Now, to be fair, I mean, I've actually bought that during lockdown, but I think I've only used it about 5 times. Because it's one of them things that I'll not use after like a long day at work, because obviously I'm using a blade. I don't want to be working 8 in the morning till night, come home and going, I know what I'll do. I'm just gonna put this blade to me throat, make the suffering end. But that was why I bought that lemon cologne.
Another fancy Amazon purchase.
Yes. My latest Amazon purchase, which actually no, second from last, my newest one is actually razor blades, like actual razor blades for my head, because I went down, because it's getting to that point I buy them in like packs, because obviously you can't use the same razor forever.
So you just buy a new razor?
No, you buy a new head.
Do you?
Yes. I'm so sorry that you've never been taught this. This is why I'm here.
I just got one of them electric things.
I will guide you through life. Alright. Oh no, I'll use an actual like Gillette.
Best a man can get.
The best a man can get. That's what I normally call it. So I went out to Savers because it was the cheapest place I could think of, because mate, razors are expensive.
So if you got one of them electric things,
Like,
£30, you're happy.
I know, but it doesn't do a clean shave.
It does. If you get the
doesn't.
foils, you get the foils, man.
It doesn't. Where am I gonna foil? I look like a baked potato. I don't know what you're on about. So I went down to see how much. Right, 10 go let it out, mate. Let it out. 10 razor blade. Razor blade.
10 razors blade.
10 razor blade heads, right? How much do you think that's going to cost? How much is that going to set you back?
Not gonna tell her.
22 quid for 10 razor blade heads, which is why I went to trusty Amazon, right? I got 20 and an extra razor arm. Don't know if that's what they're called, but they are. A razor arm. Mate, you see anything with chest, people believe you. Do you know that the ice in the North Pole is 70% salt?
That's not.
I know it's not, but I bet people listening went, oh, wow. No shit. Yeah, so
that's probably facts or false.
that's right. I ordered that shit off Amazon, but the one beforehand, because I was getting into the whole Turk theme, the last time I went to the Turks, I got them to do me nose. Not as bad as what I thought, but that's not me doing it. So I'm terrified to do it. I've had it sitting there for maybe 2 weeks. I'm thinking that next week for your birthday, I might let you do
Poloosh!
I might let you poloosh. And that is just...
Let's do the full wax head thing. Let's see TikTok.
No. I will not have my head waxed.
The full
Do you know what it is? The only place I will have like waxed is me back. Because I've had my chest done and that was the worst experience of my life. Nothing down there.
Back shot and crack?
No, thank you.
Imagine a sack, man.
Oh, I've had the other one.
You crack?
Yeah.
The crack I think would be bearable. The sack.
Yeah,
on the
there's
other
a
hand.
crack you can nip.
The sack.
No.
Aye.
In my head, all I see is
Aye.
sack open, marbles drop out.
Like fucking two conkers
Aye,
swinging. Oh no.
Yeah, but we'll leave a link to we'll put it on TikTok.
On the old TikTok account.
Put it on the Shuli Belter podcast TikTok.
Is that a mouthful?
Put the link. It was actually. We'll put the link in the description. And so next week, that's what I'll let you do as a birthday present.
Fucking waboosh.
Well, it's like basically it's like 2 plastic sticks.
You have to melt them.
You got to melt the wax. It's like 10 seconds in the microwave.
Oh no, we'll do it with the raw flame. Oh, fucking
Oh, it's not a meth spoon. Right. I get random thoughts all the time, right? And I was sitting at work today, and obviously I'm surrounded by quite a lot of old people. And I was thinking, do old people fancy other old people? Or do they just settle because they're both old?
No, they've got
Like, does like Ken look at Barbara and go, that blue rinse is doing it for me, like.
No, they must do.
Because obviously your taste changes as you get older, which is...
What do you mean, like married people?
Well, no, just like, if you're just an old bloke sitting
You
about,
walk-
do you look at a...
When you're walking down the street, I bet the
Do you look at a 30, 40-year-old woman walking past going, ooh, look at that tight thing? Or do you look at...
I'd imagine so.
Or do you look at Beatrice going, oh, she's got a bag for life?
I'd imagine they look at it and go, like,
Maybe we need to ask some old people.
she's a double naughty thing.
Yeah, but is that not just because that's all they think they can get? Or is that because that's what they actually have?
I think they'll be looking at, because like obviously the style's different when you get older. I think, you know, somebody who's just wearing tights or...
The smells are different.
Yeah, smell, like, it could be like...
Because old people only really have maybe 4 smells
Lavender.
across the board. They have
Old Spice.
flowers. They have Sunday dinner. They have piss. And... No, that's it actually.
3.
Flowers, food, and piss. That's all I have.
Mixed into one.
Yeah.
One
I'm just thinking of like women, like I'm not thinking of blokes.
And they fucking...
Booze, actually, they smell like fucking drink. Trust us.
I've got a quick question before we're jumping into tell fact or false.
Right, okay.
What lie do you tell yourself the most?
Did you know I'm a bald? Lie I tell myself. I'm ready to grow up. Maybe, I don't know.
That'd be a good one for yourself, because that was definitely a lie.
Oh, massively. I am Peter Pan, this bitch.
Oh my god.
What do you tell yourself?
I'm gonna get fit.
Oh, you not only yourself, you tell me that. That's what hurts the most.
I'm gonna get fit. I'm gonna get fit. I'm gonna get fit. 2 months later, Chinese! Order in!
Share boxes. Now
yourself?
I've got the... Yes. Because I don't have anyone to share with.
You've got too many to share with.
Yeah, but they all can't come at once because then they'll know.
They all can't come at once, yes.
Well, they can.
With that anaconda.
Shish kebab.
Oh no. This anaconda don't. Oh, fuck's sake.
Right. I've got a little thought for what is the biggest animal you think you could fight?
The biggest animal?
Yeah. I know what I think I can fight.
But fight or win?
No, win.
Win.
Nobody fights to lose.
Well, it depends on what you're getting paid.
No money. This is pure pride.
Pride at stake.
This is pure... We want to see where you are on the pecking scale. Which animal are you picking? The bigger you are, the higher on the scale.
I've got my height that I want. I'm just trying to think of the animal now.
It's got to be a land animal.
Manimal.
Land
animal.
Land animal.
Land animal.
Land animal. That's a word, right? I mean, we don't discriminate. It could be a land woman animal.
I know the height I want. I'm trying to think of an animal though.
Because you're not beating a giraffe.
No, I'm nowhere near the size of a
That's got
giraffe,
bendy
by the way.
neck power like nobody else. They're being hit with a flexi ruler. Imagine that, but with horns on the top.
What's your answer to this?
I want to hear yours because I know mine's not changing.
I know what size I'm going for. I just don't think I can take. In my head, the creature I've got, I'm not winning. I need something a little bit weaker.
You need to win.
I know, but
Yeah, so you just go a little bit smaller.
But no,
but there is smaller animals that I wouldn't fight. So I've
fucking snake to start with.
Anything that slithers or crawls.
Oh no, but we're having because you can't pick like a fucking. I don't know, like a fucking stick insect that could be 16 foot tall.
Oh no, it's a real animal. This is like life size.
I was thinking like Shetland pony size.
You are not beating a pony.
I know, but that's what I mean, because it'll kick us once and I'll be done.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think like that size, like.
Do you want to tell you mine? I'm straight up killing an ostrich.
An ostrich? Not a fucking chance.
Yeah. Mate.
Not a chance?
Headlock. I'll ride that bitch.
Not a chance.
I'm 15 stone, man.
Not a chance.
Mate, it's got 2 legs. If I can get away from
Ostriches are fucking cuckoo. They'll peck you to fuck.
Yeah. I will.
If that's the case, I'm taking the frog. I know, I'll win the frog. Me and that frog are going to town. Actually, I don't like frogs, so probably not.
You'll probably still get warts.
Okay. Moving on. There's just no need for that.
You only got the cream off it last time,
This one time at band camp.
I used to love that. I used to do that so often with people I was with,
What?
I would wait until we're on like a really quiet place, like if we're getting the bus to college and stuff, and I'd go, "Did you get that cream for that rash?" And I would just do my best just to embarrass them. Or I'd sit with them, it's like me and you would be sat, and I'd put my earphones in, even though I wasn't listening to anything. So people around thought that I was like speaking louder than what I thought I was. I'd go, "Can't wait until we get back and get a shower. You still gonna wash me back?"
Oh, no.
I used to do stuff like that all the time. The people I was sat with just go. It was when you could see they just went white and they just looked at the panic on the face.
When there's a fifth bird on the bus or something.
That was the best one. Aye. And did you
Naughty
go to the
thing.
clinic or not? No? Alright.
Little naughty thing sitting down front row. Fuck's sake.
Right, I'm ready for these facts.
Facts or falses?
Facts or falses?
Tells facts or false. So obviously they've been themed.
Right.
We had animals, which I took the dub on.
Yeah, which I was surprised about.
We had the human body, which you took the dub on.
Because I have one.
And now we have England. So, number uno, a fact or false. You can never be more than 72 mile away
From the ocean.
from the ocean. Well, the sea, should we say. Sea. In England.
See, I feel like the fact that somewhere in my head I knew that was coming. I feel like I've heard it before. But have you been that specific? Because it's actually 73 miles. Or 71 miles. Oh, would that not still be the right answer? 70. I'm trying to think of how big 70 miles is.
I'll give you.
It's 99 miles from here to Edinburgh.
So from mine to Leeds is 90 mile.
Oh, that south coast is big though. That south coast is big from like Norwich to Plymouth.
No, but if you're in Norwich, you'd be side.
Yeah, but you never said one direction. I thought you got.
You can never be more than 70 odd mile.
Can't be more.
So if you're in Norwich, you've got this city here. So it's the. If you're in
Right. So it has to be like central. Central.
So if you think about Leeds.
I was thinking like coast to coast.
No. Where you are, 70 odd mile.
I'm gonna go. True.
Correct. It was
And
70.
that is only because I was looking at Edinburgh markets today.
Was
99 miles.
71.4. So 72. I just
Damn,
rounded up to
that's close.
72.
Damn, that's close.
Number 2. So it's 1-0. There's more chickens than people in England.
Did you know that the plural to chickens is chicken?
There's more chickens than England
It's fucking weird.
than people
There's more chicken.
in England.
There's more chickens in England than people. And there's a lot of farms in Yorkshire. And I would say they would roughly have 30 hens and one big cock.
Gobsmacked.
False.
That's true.
Fuck battery farms. I
1-1.
Free range things, that's why.
This next question. Are you ready? The classified national drink of England is Stella Artois.
That's classified.
Eh?
That's classified. Can't tell you, it's classified. Oh, yeah, but was the 10 Stella bombers in the air? I think. If it's classified, I mean, we've always had a good relationship with the French, so I would say yes.
You'd be wrong. It was incorrect.
Oh, you fucker. What is it then?
I don't know. I didn't do the research on that. I just made that one up. I didn't research what the actual.
So how did you Google it, see if it's true?
Shit, I didn't actually think
Bomb deal.
National drink of England. It's actually tea.
Put classified in. I mean, surely no. I should have knew this was a fucking dud when he said classified, because nobody should know if it's classified.
Tea. Regardless, I put classified as because of tea.
Oh dear.
False. So
2-1. 1-1.
2-1.
2-1.
The first capital in
E.
the first
Capital
capital
of England.
The first capital of England was Bishop Stortford. Stortford.
False.
That is in fact false. False. It is.
Thank fuck for that. You know what it is? You nearly had us with Bishop, but for some reason in my head I just thought
It was Winchester, just for the.
well, I was about to say Londonderry.
What, in Northern Ireland?
Yeah.
No, this is to go 2-1 up, and this.
No, this is a 3-2 up, mate.
in the series. I bet in the series.
Alright, yeah.
Right. Because this question is my favourite question I've ever asked you.
Right, okay.
This
This is the one that you've been excited about all day that I haven't
yeah,
been allowed
yeah.
to know. Right, okay.
I need to compose yourself before I read it. Right.
Fiddler's Lane, the village of Cumbucket, and Big Wang are all places in England.
I really hope this is true. I really hope there's a secondary village called Little Stiffy. I'm going true.
It's false.
Oh, you daft cunt! You absolutely baited us! You absolutely baited us! You stupid cunt.
I told her before, and I was buckled, but it was the village. It was having the village of Cumbucket in. I just couldn't stop laughing.
I just thought it might have been spelled differently, like with a Q.
I had Nonsense Park in there, but I had to take it out. I thought that's just too obvious that there's not a place called Nonsense Park.
My face is melting. Read them out again for us.
Fiddler's Lane,
Right. Which I could believe, yes.
the village of Cumbucket,
It sounds Welsh.
and Big Wang.
See, Big Wang and Fiddler's Lane to me sound like two little rural towns, one church between them.
Stop.
My face is going.
The village of Cumbucket, and you fucking said. You said.
In my head, right? In my head, I'm literally thinking, welcome to.
Welcome to Cumbucket.
Cumbuquet. Cumbuquet. I thought it was just the way that you were reading it. I thought it was a little French village on the south coast.
I'm in pain.
Oh, I need a second. I need a second.
I had instead of Fiddler's Lane, I had Nonsense Park. I just I can't.
Wait, the last 9 minutes of this is just gonna be us pissing laughing. Right, I need to look for some budget. Well, I mean, I've got 3. I need 2 more.
Oh, for fuck's sake, man.
Oh, 2-1 in the series. Keep on it, boys.
2-1.
Come on, MC Telfire 1, 2, 3. We're going up to the Berkeley. Yes, we can. Hopping over, but I can get the base on the best MC to walk in the space.
Oh dear.
All I say in my head is Cumbucket with a Q.
Oh, fucking great that like. I literally had them fucking true, false.
I fucking nabbed you on
I
that.
thought you were gonna say yes to Bishop Stortford as well, because I just thought that just sounds believable.
It does, mate, it does. Right. I'm going to take 2 off this list on my phone, and I'll take 3 off the ones that I've wrote.
We'll do a fucking do a little intro first. That's shite.
That's disgusting.
Hit us with what you've got. Hit me with your best shot.
That's probably the wrong terminology for what I'm about to ask you.
I'll have to introduce it to biggest would you rather.
Right. This is fucking disgusting. Do you want the vile ones? Or would you rather just not know?
I'd rather just not know.
Right, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll give you
Give us a mixture.
Don't
Don't just be brutal.
No, I'll give you like 3 which are like neither here nor there, and I'll give you 2 which are. I'll give you 1 that's brutal, and 1 that's just
Questionable.
just vile. I know. Right. Just keep picturing cum bucket with a Q.
I'm gonna have to get something in the background for cum buckets.
Cum bucket with a Q. Baby, cum bouquet. Right, now we'll finally stop laughing and we're over that. It's time for bits would you rather. Right. I'd say 3 of these are like pretty easy, just a little bit like I've got to think about it. 1 of them I know you'll not answer. Because why would you? It's me asking. And 1 which is just it just made me stomach turn reading it, but first one, would you rather lose 1 finger or 2 toes?
1 finger.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
This is me fucking pinky on me lefty.
Yeah, but you just rather lose two little
No,
toes?
because toes is your balance.
Oh, your
Football.
big toe is.
Football and all that type of
Your
shit.
little toes not. Little toes just little.
No, imagine losing like your 2 toes together on that foot. You'd be constantly.
Although to be
around.
fair, you got flip flops on. He doesn't have any little toes.
I'm gobsmacked.
I thought you dropped some chicken.
Nah,
nuggets.
that's easy to a little finger. My little
that
pinky.
that was tough for me, to be honest. Like
My little pinky. I'm
this
sorted.
one's a little bit gross. This one, again, is not one that I've came up with. I've researched these just to make them feel uncomfortable. Would you rather wear somebody else's dirty underwear or use somebody else's toothbrush?
Wear someone else's dirty underwear.
Really?
That's easy.
Is it? You can wash a toothbrush.
You can get a shower.
I suppose it's just on the outside of you.
It's only a bit of shit stains or something on you.
Just a few tiger
Like,
stripes.
worst case scenario, it's a little bit of cum on your fucking, and then a little bit of shit on your ass.
What was the other way around?
Then you'd be fucking worried. But realistically, it's gonna be a little couple of tiger stripes, which you'll probably have to do anyway.
You will. I'll not be.
I don't know why I said that. That sounds kind of gay.
Right. That was number 2. Number 3. Oh, I think I've lost it. 1 second.
What do you mean you've lost it?
Oh, I mean, I've just clocked this one. I don't really like asking these ones to you. Would you rather drown or burn? And I know these are like the almost hated,
me.
the almost hated thoughts, which is why I didn't really want to ask this one to you, but I lost my page, so. Oh, I've just found the other one that I was thinking.
I am not sleeping for 3 nights now. What would I rather do?
So basically, open water or
Burn, maybe?
fire. See, the thing is, I mean, I'm gonna say something, but then I'm gonna immediately debunk what I said. Right? I've heard that drowning's not as bad as what it's supposed to be.
Because you pass out.
Because apparently, once you take that like final, like once basically you don't take in air, once your lungs fill with liquid, it's over pretty much straight away.
It's the panic.
But
The thoughts that go through your head before you do it.
yeah, have you never seen somebody on fire and they're like running around like?
And I was thinking more like stuck in a house fire.
Man, that's like being in an oven.
I don't know.
They're my 2 most dreaded ways of going.
This is why I don't like being on airplanes. Because A, you're either going to fucking hit the ground and fucking burst of flames, or you're drowning.
You know what the good thing about that is though? If you're in an aeroplane crash, right?
This is a Russian plane that crashed, by the way.
No?
Oh, I should know watch that video.
Mate, Actually, I don't even want to get into it.
Yeah, it's not. I think my instant answer was be on fire.
Right?
Purely because the thought of drowning nearly makes us cry.
Yeah. No, I can see why. Right.
And I'm definitely not sleeping for the next 3 weeks.
So, on a similar route of wanting to die, would you rather drink a shot glass of your mum's period or your dad's sperm? This is just on the website, by the way, collegetimes.com. Hit them up. Please, I'm answering this.
I can't drink again.
No, over shot glass.
I don't think there's a right answer.
I don't think there is, mate.
I generally don't think there's a right answer.
I don't think there is. Are you a milkman or a vampire?
There's no fucking chance in a million years of option A. That makes my stomach like
Rare steak.
like
How do you
purely
like-
on the basis of A being like my worst nightmare.
I mean, B's not too
B.
bad. You know what
B,
I
I would say
mean, I see it too
as-
bad.
I
Protein.
would have one stipulation with it, that it wasn't warm.
Oh, what, you put it in the fridge?
I'd rather. I can't believe these words are coming out of my mouth, but I'd rather it not be fresh.
I'm just giving the people what they want. I'm just asking them questions.
It's got no, hold on, it's got. Nah, I can't. Nah, I don't care. It's
No.
not A. It's not A.
It's not.
It's not A.
That ain't it, Chief.
It's
that ain't. I like a
I
rare.
can't even look at the fucking Budweiser the same because it's red.
I like a rare steak, but
Oh no, nah.
I mean, to be fair,
Nah.
if I'm not
Nah.
related to it,
No. Just
would you or
no.
not?
What?
Rare steak?
No.
Not your mum.
No.
Just anyone.
No. Nah.
Oh, I'd have it all over.
Oh, nah.
All my A's and everything.
Nah.
So Mama didn't raise no quitter.
I'll make her sleep in the spare bed.
Did you see what I shared yesterday? It was where it was the caption was I don't let us get it up.
It's better be good after this build up.
I'll show you the picture as well. This is it.
Ah, I did see it.
Since you're so smart, what does this mean? And for those who can't see my phone, it is a picture of a bed with a towel put on it, which would usually insinuate something. But to me, it's just when Just Eat announces when the delivery driver's on his way.
For me, it's when I get out of the shower.
Yeah. Two Christian boys. So finally, this is an easy one. Would you rather sleep with your partner's best friend or your best friend sleep with your partner?
That is an easy one.
I know.
Because you go anywhere near that.
This is the one that I was kicked up in.
Fucking hell.
This is the one.
I can't do the time tunnel enough, thanks.
You can't answer this.
Nah, I'm tracking a best friend. What do you mean I can't answer? Nah, I'm going through our best friend. Fucking 10 to the dozen.
That was enough claps. I think a few of them claps might be edited out tomorrow.
Fuck's sake.
Well, on that note, it's been a good one.
Let's get me
He can't even open his ball.
Let's get me cap off.
Try that again.
Yeah,
On that note, happy episode 3.